Certainly, additional investment would make travelers, whether they're Americans or people visiting our country, safer.
You most likely believe that TSA officers are merely polite employees dressed in blue who idly scan baggage and guide travelers. However, what if that was just the outward manifestation of something far more intricate and much more covert?
The TSA screens 2.5 million people every day at 450 airports. Tonight, it stresses it has a layered approach to security at the nation's airports.
What if we told you that performance rather than safety is a major factor in a lot of what occurs at airport security? That your every action may be tracked, your behavior evaluated, and your privacy subtly eroded while you're fumbling with your shoes and laptops.
They see individuals who have been practicing, who have been testing.
There is a secret world of codes, surveillance, and psychological manipulation beneath the shiny floors and kind smiles. You won't ever pass through airport security the same way when you discover the truth. The TSA doesn't want you to know these secrets, so let's share them. Do you believe that TSA officers are law enforcement? Rethink your thought. TSA agents are not cops. Despite their uniforms, badges, and solemn demeanor, they are not allowed to make you give up your password or unlock your phone, arrest you, or hold you without a warrant. They cannot legally demand it, although many tourists are unaware of this. What do they do? To screen, not to uphold the law. They have received training on how to check bags, scan boarding tickets, and mark anything that seems off. However, they don't act themselves if a serious problem occurs, such as when they discover something unlawful or you stop being obedient. Rather, they summon real law enforcement, such as federal officers or airport police. What's more unexpected? It is not necessary for you to present your passport for scanning at the checkpoint. Instead of running the danger of it becoming lost or stolen in the bins, you can bring it through the scanner with your items. Although you may believe that TSA security checks are solely focused on X-ray equipment and metal detectors, the actual screening frequently takes place long before you even take out your wallet. The TSA employs a little-known program known as SPOT, or Screening of Passengers by Observation Techniques. Behind the scenes, it sounds high-tech, doesn't it? Actually, it's a behavioral monitoring system, and operatives are taught to watch passengers in silence and report anyone who seems strange. A nervous traveler, are you sweating in line, avoiding or fidgeting with eye contact? You might be flagged for that alone. The unsettling aspect is that you probably won't even be aware of it. Not a word. No queries. All it takes is a small signal from one agent to another to start being silently watched. Even if your only transgression is a dread of flying, resting quietly and maintaining composure may be your best defense in a system where behavior is immediately assessed. Have you ever seen odd handwritten notes on your boarding pass after it has been examined? It could be a secret code that alerts you to something far more serious than just sloppy handwriting. You have been chosen for secondary security screening selection if you see the initials SSSS, interpretation. One of the most exhaustive, intrusive, and drawn-out airport screenings is set to begin. We're talking about thorough luggage searches, bomb trace detection swabs, complete body pat-downs, and quick-fire personal questioning. As the queue behind you lengthens, other passengers look over, wondering what went wrong. Additionally, after you've been marked once, it may happen again and again. The TSA won't explain why. They are not required to. Take a moment the next time you check in for your flight. Find those 4 small letters. Your trip just became much more exciting if they are present, so fasten your seatbelt. Do you believe that airports are merely chaotic locations created to transfer passengers from one gate to another? Rethink your thought. Every chair, sign, and hallway is a component of a psychological trap that has been meticulously planned to control you as well as move you. You're being gently but consciously nudged as soon as you enter the terminal. Have you noticed how, as you move closer to the gates, the floors become softer, the ceilings lower, and the lights dim? It's no coincidence. These design decisions are intended to induce a false sensation of comfort, ease tension, and promote relaxation. Why? So those who are calmer tend to spend more money. Relaxed travelers are 7 to 10% more likely to spend money at duty-free stores and eateries, according to studies. Pre-boarding areas and gate delays are also exploited to keep you in spending areas for longer. More purchases, more time. To put it briefly, you are traversing a multi-billion-dollar behavioral laboratory that is continuously monitoring, influencing, and making money off of every move you make. You are not merely navigating an airport. When your baggage vanishes under the conveyor belt at check-in, you may assume it's embarking on a well-planned route to meet you at your destination. The truth, though, most travelers are unaware of the system's vulnerability and chaos. Despite spending billions on aviation technology, many airports still track luggage using antiquated barcodes and human scanning. These tags may come loose, be overlooked by scanners, and occasionally, in the vast expanse of the baggage system, your luggage just disappears. Because RFID tagging and GPS tracking are not widely utilized, your bag may be highly developed at one airport and essentially undetectable at another. Here's a little-known fact. TSA officers have the authority to open your checked luggage in certain major U.S. airports even after it has been tagged and screened without telling you beforehand. You might not know until your suitcase arrives without a pair of shoes, or worse, if they break off a lock or take out something they think is suspect. The bottom line, your boarding pass's little baggage claim sticker is more of a hopeful suggestion than a guarantee. Do you believe that simply because you are a law-abiding person traveling within the United States, your phone, laptop, or tablet is safe from prying eyes? Rethink your thought. Even without a warrant, probable cause, or even reasonable suspicion, TSA personnel, and increasingly frequently CBP officers who work with them, have the authority to hold and examine your electronic devices at airports. Your digital life is open to search under the existing border search laws in the United States. This implies you may review your notes, emails, texts, pictures, and even deleted items. Agents have the ability to ask for your passwords and even create a forensic copy of your data for future analysis. Unwilling to comply, you may not be allowed to board at all or have your gadget confiscated for an unlimited period of time. Remember this the next time you sail through security with your smartphone and carry-on. You're carrying a digital map of your life, not just your bags. Additionally, someone may be observing. Look around the airport the next time you're there. The TSA searches for more than only guns or bombs. They're trying to find you. You indeed. TSA officers are taught to look for patterns in behavior and flag suspicious travelers based only on their body language, gait, and demeanor in line. Based on your responses to the airport environment, the Behavioral Detection Program, also known as behavioral screening, is intended to identify possible hazards. This is how it operates. Getting restless, observed. Not making eye contact, you have been flagged. Excessively sweating or displaying signs of anxiety, it will be noted by them. The objective is straightforward. They've been trained to spot stress indicators, which could indicate that you're concealing something. However, the drawback, they are not always accurate. Indeed, there is no assurance that you will even be aware that you have been highlighted. Agents won't sound an alert or halt you in your tracks. Rather, they will make a note in the system or whisper to another officer in a low voice. Everybody has experienced the situation where they pull their carry-on through security and are informed, "Please remove your laptop and place it in a separate bin." But have you ever paused to consider the precise reason? Yes, taking out your laptop makes it easier for the TSA to scan your bag, but it also presents an ideal chance to separate your most data-rich item for further confidential inspection. The next time you put that MacBook in the trash, keep in mind that it could be a doorway to your digital life, not just a security precaution. It's evident that flying in the United States involves much more than just going from point A to point B, thanks to behavioral surveillance and covert data profiling. It is a system that is wired with covert monitoring, multi-layered manipulation, and hidden secrets. Ask yourself then, if this is really about safety or control the next time you're at the airport, removing your shoes, emptying your pockets, and going through the scanner. Because there's no turning back once you've looked behind the curtain. If you were enlightened by this, please hit the like button, subscribe for more astounding facts, and forward this video to everyone who still believes that flying is only about airplanes.